Everybody got it, no? That command, how to use alter table. You need to follow the alter command, that is alter table name, then add, you need to specify the primary key, then which attribute you want to make primary key. Okay. So let me just go with some more constraints and we'll discuss about the aggregate functions later. And also we have, when you're altering means, it is not just adding or specifying particular attribute as primary key. Okay, in additional to that, what you can do is you can even drop. That means you can just clear the constraint. Okay, if you have clear specified roll number is the primary key. Okay, if you don't want to make it as a primary key, you can just remove that. So let me connect to database. Okay, so I'll just type yesterday's command once again. So how we'll check all the tables? The table details that is present in the database till now, how many tables we have created. Okay, for that you need to use select star from tab. Okay, if you enter, you will get what are the tables you have created. So here it may be showing more tables that is already created long before. Okay, so these are the tables I created yesterday. Do you remember? Okay, and these are the things I created before to that. Okay, so there are some other information that is related to the database. Okay, I have not created all these things. It is system tables. Okay, so yesterday I was explaining about which, okay, I think I have taken this ST. Okay, so if you want to check what are the details of that particular table, how will check? You have to use DSC. Okay, describe ST. Okay, you will come to know what are the attributes and also what are the constraints you have specified and what is the data type. Okay, see, maybe in this class you have created a table. When you want to insert data, maybe you will not get time in that particular period. So if you are doing in some other period, by that time you may forget. Okay, what is the table, what are the attributes, all that information. So in that case, what you can do is you can just describe table. You will come to know what are the attributes and their data types, and also it will specify what is the constraint. Not null indicates, so that particular role, that particular attribute is the primary key. You have to specify the proper value for this roll number. You cannot specify it as a null. Okay, so I'll just show you the command. Yesterday I made this roll number as primary key using alter command. You just note down this command. Then later I will tell you another command how you can, it is not just adding or making one particular attribute as a primary key. Even you can remove this constraint using drop. Okay, that I will show it now. So let me first type table. So name of the table, it is ST. Okay, I'm just repeating the same command what I stopped yesterday. Primary key. So in bracket you specify roll number. Okay. This is the command I told yesterday. So let me just enter what happens. We'll see. Okay. Table can have only one primary key. That means yesterday itself I made already roll number as primary key. Okay. So once again if I do, obviously I will get this error. Okay. Table can have only one primary key. That means with respect to this attribute, it can be only once primary key. You cannot make it multiple times. It's meaningless also. Okay, so now sometimes you may, like after designing the database, creating the database, so at some point of time you will come to know that you want to change the attribute constraint. Okay, so primary key, if you don't want to make it, so in that case you can drop that, okay, using once again alter statement. You can use alter statement and you can change the constraint. So let me do that. So using alter only, okay, alter. See, it is alter means it is going to apply for that complete attribute. All the records of this attribute will get changed. It is not for one record. Alter table, table name, then I need to use drop, okay, drop primary key. Let me see what happens. Primary key. Okay, I'm just telling, remove that primary key. Just a minute. Okay. So enter. So you should get message table altered. Okay, you got the message table altered. That means now whatever the primary key attribute is there. So this constraint alone removed, not the attribute. Just be clear with. So primary key, that means that constraint is removed. If you want to check is it removed or not. So in that case, if it is removed, you should not have not null. Okay, that is DESCST. Okay, just describe the table, you will come to know. Can you see? Here I don't have not null. So that is how I am just altering the particular attribute with a specific constraint. It is not only for the primary key, even you can go with a constraint like unique, okay, not null. So all other check, whatever the constraint we have discussed till now, you can just change and you can perform the required operation. Okay, so is it clear now? So it is so clearly it tells so that primary key is dropped. Okay, that constraint alone is dropped, not the attribute. Attribute is still present. If you want to add primary key once again, you can just see now it is added. Okay, because it is not there. This roll number is not made as primary key. So now it is changed. You can just see now it is not null. Always the primary key, it should have some unique value. You cannot specify null value for this attribute. That is the meaning. Okay, so this is all about altering the table. So here I've just shown with respect to primary key, it can be applicable for other keys also. Okay, other constraints, not only key, it can be applicable to the other constraints. See, don't mute yourself. So next what we'll do is we have instead of this add and drop, so we can use even enable and disable. So instead of deleting or dropping the constraint, you can just for time being you can disable it. Okay, so I will make it this roll number is primary key. Maybe for some time, some particular time interval, I want to make it as I want to disable it. Okay, in that case, we have a command along with the alter table, okay, student. Then instead of here add, you need to use disable constraint. Disable constraint followed by what is the attribute you need to specify. Okay, so do you want to see that also, enabling and disabling? Are you people are interested in that? If yes, I will use, otherwise I will go to the next topic. Okay, normally we'll not use that. If it is required, we'll use only this one, alter table. So that is adding and dropping. Okay, so which is commonly used, I will just focus to that. So if you are interested, you can just go to the topic called enabling, disabling the constraints. So whenever you want, you can enable. If you don't want, you can just disable it. So there are so many like system defined functions are there. You can just make use of that and you can perform the required operations. So now I'll just go to the mathematical operations, or shall we go to the select statement? So select, I have not explained about the mathematical operators. Okay, whatever the mathematical operators it supports, I have not explained. For that I need to create, that is mathematical operator indicates it may be addition, subtraction, okay, multiplication, division, or it may be relational operator or logical operators. So, logical operators yesterday we used and or, okay, in condition checking. Then special operators like is, in, like, between. Okay, so some of the things we have already used in yesterday's class. Let me see, in case if something is missing, I will just cover that part. So for that, what I have to do is I need to create a table. Okay, let me create the table first. So employee table I will create, and I should have uh, some record so that I can apply the operation and I can see what is the result of that. Just give me a minute. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll just create table, little bit more number of attributes. Okay. So here I am not going to apply any constraint. I will just go with a single table. Okay. No referential integrity constraint. Just for understanding the aggregate functions. So create table. What is the table name you will give? So let me give employee. Employee. Simply you can just use EMP. Okay. Every time instead of typing, I can just use create table EMP followed by, you need to specify the attributes. Okay. So always employee will be identified by employee number. Okay. Then you need to specify number of 3 or 4 digit. Employee name, I will call it as E name varchar 2 of 15, comma. See, you should know the differences. What is char, where char 2 of 15? What are the meanings of that? You should know. Okay. Next, job. Okay, what type of job that employee is doing? That also I will just specify where char 2 of 15, or let it be 20. Then MGR. Okay, that is managers. Number, comma, higher details, date, when the employee is joined. Okay, I can specify it as a date, the data type date. Then salary, then commission, department number, to which department the employee is working. If you want to make any key is the primary key, let me make employee number as the primary key. Or just a minute, create table, ename 2 of 15. This is also varchar 2. Then mgr, that is manager's number. So we need to specify data type number, higher detail, date, date, then department number. The data type is of number. Okay, so now table is created, but now after creating I will come to know that I want to make this attribute is primary key. Okay, so you already know how to use alter command. You can just use that alter command, that is alter table emp. Okay, emp add primary key for which attribute? Emp number, employee number. Okay, now table is sorted. So now if you want to just check it, description of table emp, just see these are the details I have created. So now like if you want to apply any aggregate function, you should have some set of records. Okay, so now let me insert some records, then apply the aggregate functions. Okay, so you already familiar with insert into table emp values. Okay, so let me give some proper details so that whatever the aggregate function I will use, so I should get the proper results for that. Okay, so some valid records I should insert. So let me give employee number 7369. Okay, then if it is name, so you need to use single quote employee name, comma, then job type. Okay, then mgrssn, you can just see, you have to give the proper values for each of these. If you are not given for this job, you are like mgrssn, if you are giving string, it will not accept, you will get an error. Okay, so you should be aware of that. 7902, then date, comma, date 17. Salary, okay, let it be in dollars, 800. So no commission for the first employee, just put dash, comma, and department number of this employee is 20. So let me try to insert this record. Okay, so there is quoted string not properly terminated. So let me check which is that. Can you check it? So insert into employee values, this is terminated. Clerk, it is done. Maybe this one. Can you see? So for this number, it's not required. Okay, so here's an error. Then maybe let's do that. Okay. So now it is inserted one row. If I try to try to insert another record with same ID, it will not accept. Okay, because the primary key should be unique. Okay, you can just modify this even if you keep other things. Okay, it will work fine. But always when you are working with any of the functions, try to give the proper details. So let me modify these values for the second record. I will give 499. Is I will give Alan. The job type is salesman. Then SSN is you can give any value, but thing is for checking some of the proper values I should fetch when I apply the aggregate functions. Okay, for that I'm just trying to give the proper values. So Feb, salary, if you want you can change. And department number also if you want to change. Okay. So let me check how the values are inserted. So let's start. So let's start from EMP. Okay. So I need to do full screen so that you can see. Okay. So employee name. So some of the values are coming to the next line. So that is because I have increased the font size. Okay. So it is accepting whatever the value I'm just entering. Let me insert so 5 more records and apply the aggregate function. It may take some time. Just be there. So did you people are trying to execute these queries? Did you find any software? If you want, you can, in case if you are going to college, okay, ask the instructor, they will give, it's there in the college. You can just install, it will take 5 minutes. Okay. So I just insert 2 or 3 more records. Actually 15 to 20 records, it will be good to check with the aggregate function. Okay. If any other function, it is okay. But when you are applying aggregate functions with the different functions, you should able to retrieve the proper data. Okay, for that I'm just trying to insert the more number of records. After started using the MS team, nobody is ready to talk only. Very silent. Class becomes very silent. Why is it difficult to unmute yourself in MS team? Okay. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 records. Insert last one. 9, 3, 4. So now we'll try to apply one by one aggregate functions. Okay, aggregate function means it is like summary. Okay, so these functions works on group of records, not individual record. Whatever the aggregate functions I'm going to use now, like count number of employees. Okay, so that is a summary. So where you are going to check with all the records, you are just grouping all the records and finding how many records are there. Okay, it is not with respect to individual record. So always aggregate means, so all the records it is going to take and it will calculate the single value for the group of records. Okay. You can apply even for single record also, but most of the time we are going to apply this. Let me start with the first aggregate function count. Maybe I think in the some of the class I told this about count. Okay. So count star. Okay, count star from what is the table name? EMP. Okay, so now it is going to calculate number of employees in this particular table. Okay, so there are total 8 records. Okay, there are total 8 records. So that is the advantage of count. So whenever you want to get, when you will get a message like calculate number of employees working in the department. Okay, number of employees working in the department. So in that case, so you should able to use the proper aggregate function. So now the first one is count. So similarly, we'll just go with the another aggregate function called distinct. Okay, so now we'll just try to list. Okay, we'll try to list employees based on the department number. Okay, so who are working for particular department. You need to specify. Here I have used department 10, 20 and 30. Okay, so now if I want to know number of employees working for department number 30. Okay, I want to know the count. In that case, you have to use select count. So inside, directly instead of star, you need to use distinct. Okay, distinct based on job. Okay, based on job from employee where. Okay, if you want to apply filtering condition, you can use where class department number equal to 10. 10 or 30. I think I have more number of records with respect to 30. Okay, you can just see how many I got. The persons who are working different jobs. Okay, so distinct job. So if I have 2 employees with a job clerk, okay, so it should not consider. Okay, distinct job it has to take. Okay, and also those employees should be working for department number 30. So only those records it is going to select. Similarly, we can go with multiple, we can go with even multiple count information. Okay, so it is not only for one attribute, you can apply this count for the individual attributes. Okay, let me check with the count of employee name. What is the name I have given? Is it I have given e name? Yes, e name, comma. So what shall we count? Other information, we can go with the salary, count of salary. Okay, here it is not going to sum up, it is going to calculate the total count, number of records with respect to that attribute from employee. I don't want to put any filtering condition for the row wise. Okay, so it is not closed properly. Invalid identifier, e name. I think spelling mistake. E name. Okay, you can just see. So you already know there are total number of records. It is how many records? There are 8 records. If you are trying to display according to the name 8, even salary, every employee they are getting salary. Now instead of this salary here, you can add one more to get distinguished with the, like how exactly it will count commission. For some of the employee, I have not specified the commission value or the commission. Okay, so in that case, you should have less than 8. Okay, so there is no person I have specified the commission. In case if I specified, okay, I will get it. Let me try to insert one record with respect to that. Okay, just to show you the difference. Let it be this 45 name. Okay. Okay, so here you can just see I have not specified any value for the commission. I just made it blank space. So we'll just specify 200 and we'll see. Okay, so now it is inserted. Let me check here. Can you see? Only whichever the record with respect to attribute I have, I can just list it. Now number of records it is increased to 9. Okay, total number of employees is 9 and commission only for that one employee I have specified. Okay, so that's why count is 1. So like this you can do multiple attribute count information. Okay, then we have one more. I think I have not discussed it in the theory part, that is group by. I can group based on the department, like the employees who are working for particular department. Okay, I can just group it and I can calculate. Okay, just show you that how exactly it works. Later I think in the theory part we'll be using for complex queries group by. Okay, it's very important. So this group, it will group the records based on the same department, then calculate what is the count of each department. Okay, so for that I'm writing the query. Select department number, comma, count star from EMP, group by. Okay, this is a new keyword, group by department number. Okay, so what is this is doing is it will select or it will count number of employees. Okay, and it is going to specify the department number and number of employees for that department, and how grouping is done based on the department number. Okay, you can give even salary. Okay, the employees who are getting same salary, group by salary. That means the employees who are getting same salary, that will be grouped into one category and it will count it. Okay, you can just see here. So department number is 30 and number of employees working of 5. See, so beautifully we are getting the results. So no need to sit and calculate or count it. Just you should be aware of using all these aggregate functions. Then a department number 20. So there are 3 employees are working. Then 10, there is only 1 employee. Okay, so this is how you will be getting the results along with the aggregate function count and also group by. Okay, this is very important. So in many of the in your lab program, so repeatedly we'll be using this group by. Okay, we have a lot of advantages to simplify the queries using group by. Okay, most of the queries will use group by. So more about that group by I will explain later. So here you just understand. So what we have done is, so we are grouping the records based on the department, then calculate count of each department. Okay, so you're grouping based on the department, and for each department you're calculating what is the number of employees working. Okay, so that is how grouping works. Okay, so this is just for viewing purpose. Always select is just for view purpose. Okay, so already whatever the data that is existing, for that you are applying and you are able to retrieve the data based on your required format. Okay, so let me go to another aggregate function, or let me go with the number of employees for the department. Now I think this is same as the of. Let me try to do some alias. Okay, what is alias? I told we can do the rename. See here, if I just specify count of star, is it meaningful? Is it like somebody they don't know about this database, they will come to know what is this department? Okay, maybe they'll come to know department number. What is this count indicates? Okay, they are like it is not so readable. So now you can just change that count of start with some new name using as. Okay, for specifying the alias name for this particular attribute. Okay, I will just give the new name, that is number of employees, just for understanding purpose. Number of, I cannot give space. Anyhow, I'm specifying using the double quotes. I can use space. employee. Just close the double quotes and enter. Okay, same code, same statement. Only thing is I'm just renaming this column name. Instead of count, I'm just giving the meaningful attribute name. That's all. Can you see? So instead of count, what I'm getting here? Number of employees. Okay, for this department, number of employees is 5. For 20, it is 3, like that. Okay, so how you can do? Using as. So that is for giving the alias name for the column. Okay, so that's about the count. What else? Okay, even you can use where class for this. So you have, based on your requirement, you can just use this count. So now let me go to the another aggregate function called sum. Okay, so what I'll do is I will just use sum here, some aggregate function to add up the values of specified column. Okay, so if I want to know what is the total salary of all the employees, so in that case I can just use simple aggregate function called sum. Okay, let me use that. So you will get queries related to this, like find out or retrieve the total salary of all the employees. Okay, in that case you should know, you should use the aggregate function. What is the name I have given? Salary, SAL, or okay, SAL. Okay, so salary, sum of SAL from employee. So this is the total salary of all the employees. If you want to specify any multiple attributes or multiple information with respect to sum, you can just specify with comma separated. Sum of commission. Okay, so sum of COM, sum of commission. I have given commission only for one employee. Okay, it is showing that sum. So if many employees it is there, it will just add it and you will get it. Okay. Okay. So next group by I told having. Let me just go to the another class called having, group by and also having. So here group by class, I think it's better to use after theory class. Or let me give one example. Anyhow, we have a table, employee table, so that you may understand. So group by class forms the group of, you already know, now itself I told, it is going to form the group and it will count it based on the number of employee, that is department number wise, it will count it number of employees working for the department. Okay, so now always group by what it is going to form, it is going to group on specified column. So here specified column is department number. Similarly, whichever the column you are going to specify, based on that it will do the group by and it will find the count. So now what I am going to do is I will do the group by, okay, for a particular column, and also I want to specify filter on these groups depends on the some condition. Okay, so now after forming the group, I'll just specify here where class after this statement and I will filter some of the records. Okay, so that is by using having class. Okay, don't leave the session in between, it will be useful. So if I tell theoretically, you may not understand, just listen. Okay, along with the group by, I will use another class called having class. Okay, so this is for filter of this group depends on some condition which can be achieved by using group by having class. Okay, so group by, it is used for grouping the particular column specified values. Okay, after grouping, if you want to do filtering condition, then you have to use the having class, HAVING, having class. So now what I'll do is So what I'll do is just listen the query, display the department wise total salary. Okay. So this is what I have done. It is total salary for all the employees. Okay. I am not just filter it based on the department number. So now in case if I want to know salary, sum of the salary of the employees based on the department, based on department wise. Okay, in that case, so you have to use the group by and having class. So what is the query I want to solve is, so display the department wise total salary such that only those department are shown which company is paying the total salary more than some value, more than 900 or 200. Okay, you can specify some condition. Okay, so based on whatever the value I assign, according to that I will just select it. So select department number, comma, sum of salary. Okay, so till here it is same as the previous one. So select department number, then some salary from where? From, just a minute. Okay, from EMP, group by. You already know what happens if I apply group by. It will group all the employee based on the department number, and it will calculate the sum. Okay, after that what I will do is, so employee group by based on department number. You need to specify according to which attribute, department number. Okay, so now I will use filtering condition for this. Okay, so this is till here it is same as the previous one. Okay, similar to this, but here what I am going to do is having class, that is to, after getting this I am going to filter some of the records based on the condition. Okay, so what is this condition tells? Having. Okay, having is the keyword. Having sum of salary is greater than, let me give some smaller value because I not remembered what are the salary value I have given. So 500 I have given, and order by, order, even I think order by I have explained in the theory part, like ascending order or descending order. If you want to order the records, okay, by default it is ascending. Okay, so order by department number, DPT number. Okay, so now if I want to make it any specific sorting here, okay, so if you don't specify descending or ascending, by default it will go with the ascending. Okay, if you want to display according to the descending order, so in that case you have to specify explicitly. Okay, can you see here? This is ascending, it is done order by. See, so neatly, so many information, so much information you can gain from this statement. Order by, it is clearly showing. Okay, so the department, it is ordered the values or the information according to the descending order. Okay, here I have not specified type of ascending or descending. By default it will take ascending order. Okay, so that part is finished. So what exactly you have done here? I told, if you have understood this, if you have understood, okay, so here that is group by and also how to calculate sum. Okay, so only thing is here I have just filtered all the records that are having salary less than 500. Okay, so remaining all it is selected and it is calculated what is the total sum of based on the number of departments. Okay, is it clear? See, this is very important, this query. So in, I think from next class onwards I'll just go to the theory part where we'll be discussing about the complex queries. Okay, so complex queries or nested queries. So before coming to the next class, okay, you just go with the basic SQL queries. Okay, whatever we have discussed, I think it is chapter number 4 or 5. Just check it. Okay, check it and just go through that. Why I am telling 4 or 5? I don't know which edition you are referring. If it is 7th edition, it is 5. Okay, 6th edition is chapter 4. Just check it and do accordingly. Okay, so that is about the group by having. Okay, we'll discuss more about this group by having all those things. So even you can use other aggregate functions called max and min. Okay, max and min. So what is the, if you are interested to know which employee is getting maximum salary, okay, do you remember which are the records I entered? If you are remembered, so you can just apply and check it, which employee is having maximum salary. Even if you want to know the employee, you can just write that query. So let me write max and min queries. Select max salary, comma. Even if you're interested, min, you can just apply min also. Minimum salary, the employee who is getting salary from employee. I think I have given just EMP. Okay, so the maximum salary is 5,000 and min is, it is 800. Okay, so this is how you can make use of max and min. So what else you can do? You can perform even average. Okay, you can apply average salary. AVG of salary. Okay, so this is a total average salary of all employees. That is total salary of employees divided by total number of employees. If you want, you can just calculate by just using sum of the salary. Okay, here you can see what is the sum. Let me check it. Sum of the salary, no filtering condition. It is just calculating total sum. Okay, so now if I want to calculate what is the average, so this is total salary divided by number of employees. You just do it. What is the answer you will get? Check it. Use your calculator or something and verify it. So it is 2760 divided by 9 employees. Okay. So you will get answer is 23. Not 23, it is 2306. Okay. And 0.66. So this is how you're going to get the results. Summary, like it is just summary of the records, group of record informations. Then even you have median. Okay, so there are so many aggregate functions. I'm just explaining here with the commonly used aggregate functions. One is max, min. Okay, average you can use. You can use even rank. Okay, but I'm not going with all those things. To character if you want to convert anything, to date. Okay, so this is all about the important aggregate functions. Okay, so there is one more important function that we call it as like comparing or pattern matching. Okay, so pattern matching you can perform using like operator. Okay, in additional to that, even in select statement you can just to do all possible things. Okay, you can retrieve the data however you want. Let me do this. Select emp number, comma, ename, ename. Okay, from, and also what I'll do is I will just calculate salary of the employee plus commission. Okay, both. So now if you want that summary, salary plus commission of the employee, individual employee, okay, you have to specify addition, mathematical operator from EMP. See, when I'm specifying like addition here, it is not going to apply any addition in the original table. When you are retrieving, you are just adding these two values and getting the sum. Okay, can you see? I have given only commission for one particular employee. Remaining all it is 0. Okay, so that's why at least it should give employee salary, no? So if it is not there, it is not taking only. Okay, but it is not correct, no? If they don't have commission, at least they should get your salary information. Okay, so maybe there is some mistake in this when I am inserting value. Okay, so let me find out that part later. Okay, when you if you add like this, you should get both salary and commission total. If it is not there, so it should not consider, that's all. But at least salary details should come. In case if you want to calculate like a bonus, okay, 10% for the salary. If the company is giving 10% hike for the salary, so in that case, how you should write the query? Okay, so employee name, employee number, then salary. Let me just leave commission part because it is not taking commission part. So how will calculate 10% rise in the salary? So 10 divided by 100 into or strict salary. Okay, as bonus. See, now I'm just renaming. So because I don't want to display the title or the attribute name like this, I want to rename using as bonus. From which table? From EMP. Can you see? This is after rising 10%, but it should be more. So here I need to specify proper bracket so that this is just rise alone. Okay, it is not the total. This is the total salary. So 10% for this salaries for 1600 it is 160. Okay, for 800, so 10% is 80. Okay, so this is how you should specify, or you can use mathematical operators when you are retrieving the data along with the select statement. Okay, I'm just giving some of the sample things. So like that you can use even logical operators. Okay, greater than, less than. Okay, for that you have to use the where class. Okay, you have to use the where class. Okay, salary from EMP where. Okay, for where class you can specify salary greater than 200. Okay, or you can specify 1500. So now you will get the employee details. See, these are the attribute I am going to specify or retrieve, and what are the records I'm going to specify or retrieve. It is based on this condition. So where class, it is always for filtering record wise, row wise filtering, and this is after select statement. Whatever you are going to specify attributes, it is for filtering column wise. If you are interested only to know the name of the employee, you can specify only e-name. Okay, so this is how you will get the details. So like that you can use any of the operators. Okay, so relational operators, logical operators you can use. Okay, mathematical operators, and also you can use special operators. Okay, so special operators indicates in, is, like, between. Okay, yesterday I have used like between I have used. Okay, let me just show you in 1 or 2 minutes about the in. Okay, how I can use in operator. Select. Otherwise, I have to create once again the table. That's why. From. I think once you have created this table, it will be there even if you log off. Okay, for that you need to use, I will tell you, if you don't do that execution of one command, so this whatever the database you have created, it will not be there for the next time when you log in. Okay, it should be, if you want to retain this database permanently, when you want to log in and work in the next class also, then you have to use one command. I'll just show you that. Let me complete this in operator. So select start from emp where department number in. Okay, department number in 10 comma 30. Okay, so in that means you are going to try to fetch the employee details where the department number is between, I mean within this 10 and 20. So or else I can just filter to 10 or 30. Okay, semicolon. Can you see? I am just getting only the employee details that is specified in using in operator. Okay, so if you want to specify even 10 or 20, so in that case 10 it will be missed. I have used only these three department numbers. Okay, so here 20 is also selected. So I inserted only one record with department. Okay, the employee working for department 10 is 1. Okay, in that case if I specify 10 also, I will get 9 records. 10 comma records get selected, 9 records. Okay, that is how you can use a special operator called in. And also you can use is. Okay, and also like operator. So like operator most probably will use many times in the lab exercise. So let me show that part in the later. So here always when you want to retain or save whatever you have worked till now, you need to use commit. Okay, commit command, always you need to do commit. So now what happens is commit means, so whatever the database you have created till now, okay, that is employee table, and also you have inserted 9 records, it will be stored permanently. Okay, otherwise, so when you want to log in next time, it will not be there. Always commit means it is like save it. Okay, you are saving permanently into the database. So that's why you are getting commit completed. So that means whatever the operation you have done, it is saved. Okay, then it's time up. So happy Dasra all of you. So just be safe and enjoy the festival. So who all paid the fees, just upload the receipt immediately, and I need to give the statistics to HOD. Okay, who all paid? If you don't have link, let me just ping me, I will share the link. Okay, so thank you all. Enjoy the festival.